I'm back today with a review of a film from 2020 for 31 Days of Horror, and this is a movie that I highly recommend. You can grab it at Walmart, I think, for 10 or 12 bucks. And, you know, I had heard some people talking about it and things like that. Finally decided to watch it for myself, and this movie really surprised me. I was totally into this movie, totally loved it, and it totally caught me off guard with how good it is. And that is Open 24 Hours. And, you know, I don't want to spoil too much about this movie because there is a lot that you can spoil as well. But basically the synopsis is you have this woman who has been in prison because of a crime that she committed. She actually set her boyfriend on fire, which they tell you right off the bat at the first of the film, and you're like, what? She set her boyfriend on fire, and it sounds like she was in kind of a psychiatric prison / hospital type place. And she's still suffering from being paranoid and delusional and having visions and things like that. But long story short, her boyfriend, unbeknownst to her, was a serial killer. And one day she stumbles across kind of the aftermath of a bunch of his kills when the basement at their home floods, and finds out that he is a mass murderer who's killed over 30 people. So here she is, you know, this girl who is, you know, has this boyfriend who's killing all these people. She had no idea. And then he starts, once he finds out that she knows, he threatens her and basically makes her watch some of his kills, which obviously is damaging to her. The reason she doesn't go and tell the police is because she's terrified. He says he's going to kill her and things like that. But it finally culminates in her obviously setting him on fire one night because she can't take it anymore. And yeah, so fast forward to where we're at now. She has gotten out of prison / hospital and needs a job, and her parole officer had told her about this place, which is this gas station kind of in the middle of nowhere, that had a job opening. And she goes and interviews, and it's the night shift, so they need somebody who can work all night. And she's like, well, I need a job. And the guy, despite her having a record and all that stuff, is like, sure, I'll give you a chance. You know, I know you're a parole officer and stuff like that. And gives her the job. Well, she shows up that night. He needs somebody to work that night. One of the actors, which is a great character actor, and I know he's a Canadian actor, and I forget his name. I think Brendan Fletcher, I think is his name. But he is a great actor, and he's kind of the guy who works the other shift and kind of shows her around, and he actually ends up becoming a main character in the film. And long story short, as she's working, the phone is ringing. She's having like these weird things happening where she thinks somebody's watching her, is onto her, and things like that because of stuff they're saying on the phone. And then she starts having visions of and her boyfriend, the serial killer, was called, I think, the Rain Killer or something like that, because he wore this kind of raincoat and went around when it rained because he felt like it was cleansing people's souls, that type of thing. And he shows back up, and she starts seeing him, and she's like, is this real or am I crazy? And that's kind of the premise of the movie. It's basically her in this gas station that's in the middle of nowhere being stalked by her ex-boyfriend serial killer. And a lot of characters pop in and out. There's some surprises and things like that. This movie was awesome. Like, again, I absolutely loved it. I love the direction that it went. I love the ending. I love the characters. I love the story. And I don't want to say too much about it besides what I explained because I don't want to spoil anything. It's got some great kills. It's super bloody and gory. And yeah, it's got some crazy stuff. And the guy who plays the serial killer is completely creepy and awesome. So I highly recommend checking this movie out, picking it up. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Again, I could go into more detail, but that's all I want to say because I don't want to give any spoilers because it's got a really cool ending. And when you find out what's going on and as they expand on the story and stuff like that. But Open 24 Hours is a must watch. Definitely check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this review today. Again, let me know if you've seen this movie and what you thought, if you liked it as much as I did. And also, I definitely recommend you checking it out for yourself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our next day of 31 Days of Horror.